Okay. Okay, so we can start our class, okay, for our part two, okay. So before we start, any question regarding with our recap and also regarding with the topic of innovation and creativity, okay. Okay, any question? MMJT student, okay, so far, do you understand clearly, okay? What is the difference between creativity and innovation? Okay. Oh yes. Baik. So beri tepukan kepada. Okay. Good. Awesome. Okay. So JB, can we start class now? Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. Now we will start our journey. Okay. Related to trees. Okay. Yeah. Again, this is the thing that we are focusing on competitiveness. So the things that in the real world is quite competitive regarding with product innovation, service innovation, and also technology. Okay, there's also there always an opportunity for innovation. Okay, for example, like what we have right now, if you have a creativity and innovation drive to make a change, whatever we have around us, we can what they call produce innovation outcome. Okay. Okay, related to problem solving is what I highlighted in previous class, which is we are focusing on high value problem. Okay, if your problem, so because we want to test this methodology called trees. Okay, does trees really works or does it bring value? Okay, so we push it to a maximum what they call condition or level where actually we want to solve a high value problem because the high value problem need high value innovation and produce high value impact. Okay, if the problem is just a small one, then we solve it. Yeah, it could be like important to you but not valued by others. Okay, or it could be like for your assignment, please either select problem that is take years to solve, or it could be like your company, your organization doesn't have any solution for years, or your solution, your problem need like big money or what you call a lot of resources and what's not. You don't have expertise and what's not. Let's put that into a test. Okay. So this is the challenges I put forward. Please bring in the real problem. Okay. And along the way, you learn how to manage big problem or high value problem. And in future, whatever problem is coming your way, you have this experience. Okay. And this, it's great that solution for developing like, for example, new things that is outside your domain of knowledge and what's not. Okay, and also the solution we need to have like go be outside the box. So how does it uh, move forward? Okay, so it could be like we are starting from product. Okay, we're targeting problem is related to process or related to technology. Then, using the methodology, we use trees as a medium, as a tool, and we create a better things, a better product or better process or better technology. Okay, this is the fundamental approach overview. So, what is trees? Okay, so it could be like you will forgot the class or whatever, okay? But the most important thing, I need you to remember how to pronounce this, okay? So if you forgot all the everything you been taught in these 2 days, at least I need you to remember and able to pronounce this word, okay? So TRIZ is actually an acronym coming from Russia, okay? The TRIZ stands for Teoria Resenia Izrobletatilski Sadac. Okay, it's, so it's not Cantonese or Nogori or Jawa ke apa kan? Tak ada. It's not a. It's a Russian kind of language. Okay, so in English, they try to translate it into theory of inventive problem solving, and in the Malay we call it teori penyelesaian masalah. So start with KL. Okay, together, follow me, pronounce the word. Okay, what bit by bit, one by one. Okay, get ready. Okay, so follow after me. Teoria, resenya, izobetatilski, sadach. Okay, so right now it's JB turn. Okay, your turn. Hello JB, are you ready? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? All right, okay. I need everyone there to pronounce after me. Okay? All right, cool. Okay. So, okay, let's start. Teoria, resenya, izobetatilski, zadach. All right, cool. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your support. Okay. So that is the meaning of trees. Okay. So, okay, before we move forward, I would like to introduce you to the founder of Trace. Uh, his name is Genrich Solvik Altschler. Okay, so he born from at Baku, Azerbaijan. So Azerbaijan is a part of Russian USSR territory, okay, country. And then his passion is about science fiction. He's a book writer. Okay, and then he start work in military as a naval officer during World War II, and then during his work, he studies all the technology that have been created during World War II and give it to Altshuler for review. Okay. And then after Altshuler review more than 200,000 patents, he identified that there is like a methodology that can speed up the process of problem solving for engineers related to engineering problem. So Altshuler himself is a mechanical engineer. So after review all this database, he identified there is like something that he can contribute in terms of methodology for problem solving. The three item is, the first part is problem and solution are always repeated across industry. So whatever problem you have actually is not new, somebody already face it and somebody already have solution for it. For your context, it's new and it's like this is my first time handling this problem. But actually, when you try to do research, you look into the database that is somebody have similar issue and there is like solution for it. Okay. For example, like we have mentioned about autism and dyslexia, dyslexia. Okay, so that kind of challenges in raising up children that have autism and dyslexia. Okay, it could be like across country. It happened in Malaysia, it happened in Singapore, it happened in Thailand, in Asia, in Europe, in US, in China, and what's not. Okay, but for you yourself having this kind of children, you are being, you feel that it's a big challenge for you to help your children to learn things, to do certain things that you compare it to a normal children. Okay, that could be a biggest mistake because these special children need to have a special method to manage it, to help them grow as a not as a adult and what's not. Okay, on how to teach like dyslexia kids with memorization to read or to write or to calculate. It could be like he love because they like maybe like numbers. They more towards numbers calculation instead of reading. When we do reading, there's a lot of time, but there is somebody in, for example, Brazil that know what is the best method to teach. They put it in the internet and you Google it and you find this method. And with the explanation that this kid, why they behave like this. Why suddenly they do something that unexpected. Okay. For normal people who don't have knowledge, they say, hey, this is crazy people. These kids are not what they call a stupid. And they put label. And then they don't solve the problem. For people who try to learn and try to understand, they eventually find the solution. Okay, it is not within their area, reach, but also outside. Maybe in Brazil, in Thailand, there is a school for autism, and maybe in what they call in China, there's a online training for the dyslexia children to teach and write in 10 days. Okay, so this is the concept that Altshuler bring forward. Number two is pattern of technical evolution repeated across industry and time, which is we give example like the evolution of computer and smartphone almost identical because they progress, they change towards similar using similar technology. Okay, so for example, computer become tab and telephone become smartphone. Okay, both don't have any buttons, everything touch screen. The technology of touchscreen revolutionized, bring evolution to the devices. So if the foldable phone, smartphone is the next for smartphone, it could be similar to computer. It could be similar to LCD smart TV, where your television can be lipat-lipat, can be folded, put it in your suitcase, okay, and all the technical drawing is just downloaded in the screen, folded, everything. And when you go to the site, you just open it up, okay, connect it with the internet, and 100,000 of engineering drawing, electrical drawing, pipeline drawing, wire cable drawing, sanitary drawing, whatever, sewage drawing, everything is in one foldable screen. Okay, so this is could be next. Okay, so we can predict what's next, and we can forecast, and we can copy paste the trend to other product. The third part will be innovation outside your domain of knowledge. If you are like expert in construction, the innovation solution that could be like bring destructive value is coming from automotive. It's coming from uh, food tech industry, maybe coming from woods, whatever it is. If you are electronic, it could be like your what you call solution, innovative solution coming from aerospace, okay, coming from military and whatnot. Okay, so this is the thing that Altshuler call innovation. Okay, and then Altshuler, yeah, what I mentioned before that from 200,000 patent, there is 1,500, we call it technical contradiction, is a problem that is repeated, have similarity and common kind of solution. So he challenged the way we solve technical problem within 15 minutes. Okay, that is Altshuler challenge to others. Whatever tools you use, can you solve engineering technical problem within 15 minutes? Okay, so trees is a part of the challenge. Okay, and then within these trees methodology, there's a tool. Okay, there is a specific for certain kind of application. So other use for people, other use for robustness, problem solving, new product development, and what's not. Okay, because problem happen everywhere. Okay, every day from once we wake up until we sleep. Okay, there's always a problem for us to solve. Okay, so this is the tools that we will select a few tools for us to use today. So this is the difference between trees and other tool related to idea generation. Okay, we can show you again the difference. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for the. Okay, so have anyone not yet have the experience use brainstorming? Everyone experience using brainstorming, right? Yeah. So it's a very very common kind of brainstorming. What you call methodology to create ideas. Yeah? We welcome all the ideas for us to solve a problem or in creating what you call best solution. Okay, the issue is because of the like the cage in ourselves. Very proactive in giving their ideas because of their confidence level, their expertise and experience. Others will what you call reluctant, okay, to share their ideas because of past experience, their previous bad experience, and it could be like people will judge him or her on the based on the idea they will get or their what you call submit. It could be like culture, like Asian, like difficult to express themselves in terms of good idea and what's not. It could be like they have they have like low morale or they are, they believe that it doesn't add value for them to share their ideas. Yeah. So brainstorming from start till end, it focus on human kind of involvement. So the first meeting that we want to do brainstorming, we will select who will come in because we want consensus, we want insight, we want the real story, okay, the real information. So we select, and then after we select, it could be like the attendance could not according to plan. Okay, somebody are busy, somebody available, and what's not. They only able to come at the early part, but the later part they cannot come, clash with other meetings, vice versa. And it could be like the person who we ask to come, they cannot come, they will subcon, they will sub it into their staff. Okay, and then the staff cannot make any decision, they cannot provide information, clear information, and they cannot like what you call contribute. Because of that, it is waste of time, it is waste of everybody's time because we need to gather everybody. And then there's a lot of barrier and challenges in conducting a good brainstorming session. Okay, so because we have our own target and we try to have a lot of high value valuable ideas, but the way things work out or move forward is not exactly as bad. And then after the ideas been collected, we have like discussion, we need to decide which idea is we need to use or become a main solution for our problem. The selection need to have like a criteria, but some have only used gut feeling. Even their proposal doesn't back up by facts and figures. They just, I guess, I feel, uh, estimate something like that, blah blah blah. Okay, this is common, so common that it will not contribute to the effectiveness of problem solving. And then after the, because the problem is not defining well, the solution is not effective, entah apa-apa. And then the execution is what you call no value because they not define the problem correctly. the solution is not effective and the execution, of course, fail, or it will have not fully effectively solved. And they try to use the methodology called try and error as a reason, or just what do you call, as a as excuse. Okay, this is try and error. We need to do it again. Okay, so it wastes off a lot of resources, time, and money. Okay, so that is happening in the real industry, and some company or organization afford to do this. They allow things happen that way, and some company really strict and really focus, and time is money. Okay, so they don't have this luxury to try and error. Okay, so that's the real story of brainstorming. Okay, so we compare it into trees. Like for example, like we have, like in other kind of tool beside brainstorming, we have design thinking. So design thinking is focusing on voice of customer. The core element in design thinking is empathy. So we try to get the feeling of our customer and follow what the customer want. Okay, and then trees is focusing on voice of product or voice of technology. They are focusing on developing product that is what's next. Okay, they could ask people about it, but it is a secondary information. The first primary initiative is to create what's next. Okay, and then they will tie up with value creation, then they will go to customer. So they are not start with customer, they start with technology, because technology is what you have right now. Okay, what you have right now. What if you ask customer? Okay, when you ask customer, they only give information according to their knowledge, according to their gut feel. Once you bring the product that they desire in front of their face, they will say yes and they will say no, and they can say whatever they want. Okay, so it could be like, oh, this is what I've wanted, blah blah blah. Okay, so how much is it? 10,000. Then they will turn off, because we are following exactly what the customer want. And then if we, another scenario is we bring it to them, they say, yeah, almost like this, but not exactly like this. Okay, you need to like add in this and change this, blah 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 blah. Then you go back to the drawing board. The third scenario is, this is not what I wanted. This is opposite. So they have changed mind, they change heart. So for you as a designer, for the manufacturer or producer, you will be demotivated, because you have collected all the information from customer and you try to deliver it. There is three type of scenario. They like it. They say, yeah, it could be whatever it is. You need to improve. And also they dislike it, or they hate it. Okay, that is what happen if you follow voice of customer. They have change of heart and mind. If you go by voice of product, whatever they say is, we just need to tie up with the value. If we design the product strategically according to the value, whatever the price is, the customer will buy it. Okay. For example, that previous example we use is tudung, headscarf. Okay, there is a 10 ringgit headscarf and there is a 1,000. Ada 1,000. Masya Allah, subhanallah. there is 1,000 ringgit kind of headscarf. Headscarf is a piece of cloth colored and folded and covered your head. So why does a group of women buy a 10 ringgit scarf instead of 1,000 ringgit scarf? And why does a group of women buy 1,000 ringgit of scarf and don't want to buy a 10 ringgit scarf? We can ask, I think we have a foreign student here. If I ask local, it could be like they are no. So what will be your opinions for this kind of scenario? Starting with Shinto-san. Do you know headscarf, right? Yeah. Okay. So the smallest price is 10 ringgit. The most expensive is 1,000 ringgit. So why does a group of people buy the 1,000 ringgit headscarf?
Why?
Why?
But they can afford.
They can afford. Okay.
Second, maybe they want to make difference from others. I don't know why.
Okay.
Third, they like the, how can I say, design or the materials.
So you cover most of it. Okay. Any different opinion? What is it? Can you define the value? What value does make a piece of cloth 1,000 ringgit?
Branding.
Brand, okay. What is it? Was it? Anissa.
Nisa.
Oh, Nisa, okay. So what will be your opinion on this? The material. Okay.
I can buy hundreds. If it is cost 10 ringgit, I can buy 100.
Okay.
If the cost is 100.
Yeah, the cost, I think. Okay. So yeah, it could be our friend mentioned about the affordability. Yeah. So right now, all the women in Malaysia are very rich, can buy this can buy this 1,000 ringgit headscarf. Could be because and then the material, the design, the brand. Okay, this is value that makes people willing to pay extra 990 ringgit extra for this only blah blah blah. Okay. Is it logical? No, I don't ask you. I ask the man. Is it logical?
They appreciate the value.
They appreciate the value. So that is the logical part. Okay? It could be like, I'm willing to pay more, 990 ringgit for brand, material, colors, whatever it is. Okay. This is the real case study. So instead of you are creating a product as customer, they create product that based on value. So it could be like it's a good kind of approach. Another thing like Trace and related to entrepreneurship is business model canvas, BMC. This is quite common for us to map value. Okay, and then in BMC we have value proposition, which is very powerful. And in Trace we have a main value parameter. So it's associate more on technical engineering instead of value proposition. So combining these two could be bring valuable application. And also other tools related to innovation, okay, like IC and what's not. Okay, and then the only focus is to make it better, cheaper, and faster. Whatever it is, whatever tools is, you need to focus on these three basic things. Okay, this is not for customer, this is for you. Okay, the customer, like, cheaper is not making cheaper for them. It could be like one of the strategy, but if you selling products is cheaper to the customer, you're reducing the profit margin. So it could be like, if your company is rich enough, then make it cheaper could be one of your strategy. But if you are startup, if you are small entrepreneurs, small companies and what's not, try to manipulate value and create expensive product. And at the same time, you optimize your process, you optimize your organization, your product, and make it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Okay. So this is the thing that if we want to make it better, we need to have like multidisciplinary. We cannot stay in silo. If we are construction, we should also understand that to have a good construction, we need to learn project management, which is outside engineering domain. We also need to learn ethics. We need to also learn about a business element, the costing. We also need to learn about QS, bill of material, uh, what you call material engineering. We also need to learn about not just structured engineering, but so many things, environment, wind, and what's not. Okay, and then faster, meaning that we should like create something that is, because why faster? Because by nature, human are been designed like want to go faster. They don't like to wait. Okay, for coffee, for what you call, for class, for Grab and what's not, for whatever it is. Okay, by nature we are designed to in hurry, in haste. Okay, so solving that kind of problem, okay, managing that kind of problem is always a good thing for customer. Okay, so in, like, for example, like element of industry 4.0, okay, a bit out of topic related to process. So we can see that this is my previous company. So we can see that the production line for all the robots, one robot equal to 4 people. Okay? One robot equal to 4 people. Like for welding, spot welding, we call it. A big gun handling by each side have 2 operators, and then they try to do this spot welding. The issue is nowadays, okay, all those people, 10 robot have been managed by only one person. Okay, one person only can manage all these 10 robots. So previously, one robot equal to 2 to 4%. Okay, so how many human we have reduced? Okay, so there is no more human. The concept that we try to focus in terms of innovation is, we call it ideality. The tagline is ideal system have no system. Okay, that's the tagline. So for example, nowadays, like, ideal money is no money. Ideal cash is no cash. Okay, ideal classroom is, for example, like we look into JB, like it could be like I post it online. You don't need to attend class. Yeah, you just look into the laptop at your home, and the function is still there. Okay, so we don't need like to have like, is it room hot? We need to electricity. I can wear short and just like video conference. Okay, so that is the ideal part. Okay, it could be like we can bring the same concept like ideal wedding. Ideal wedding is No wedding. So is a bride room and bride, and we just email you the conference date, the time, and we email you the McDonald coupon. You can go anytime,
Anywhere.
any McDonald outlet, and yeah, your present you can post laju or whatever. Okay, and then the bride room have a green screen, and there is a like what you call the mediator or whatever it is. Also, we can do online. So the kenduri is like any McDonald branch, the feast or the event. So everybody at McDonald video conferencing look yeah. So and then the event like the couple is try to do it in Hawaii, for example. So they go online, the things happen there, so you don't need to spend money, flight or whatever hotel to go there. You just video conference. Okay, that is the ideal wedding. Okay, even your sister from Australia can see us, and then your mother from what you call China can also vacation, can see us at the same time. Okay? Wherever you are, you just video conference. Okay? That is the ideal wedding event. Okay? So you don't need to sewa rental, need to have like what you call pelamin or platform. Yeah, you just have a green screen, and you can put like Barack Obama coming, Tone coming, and Pokemon or whatever. You just mention who will be your VIP coming in and attend your wedding. Okay? So you just order. You just order it. Okay? But the function, the main function is still there. Right? Everybody enjoy it and what's not. Okay. And then, okay, so the first tool that I want to explain to you related to trees is functionality. Okay? So, functionality is, I could call it as a soul of every product. So, whatever product change, different name or what's not, the function is same. Okay. For example, like pliers, the function is to cut, scissors also to cut, knife to cut, lawnmower to cut, hair clipper to cut, laser cutter is to cut, stamping also cutting. Okay. But the issue is they have similar soul but different figure, shape, and form. Okay. So in the context of plier, they need to cut wire, and wire have like certain level of hardness and also electricity. So because of that, the core function that they need to deliver is to cut, and from that kind of context, it change the shape and form of the pliers and become a pliers. For scissors, cut papers or ribbon. For like knife to cut French fries or whatever. Lawnmower have different kind of mechanism, but the function is to cut. Laser, different kind of technology, you can say that, is to cut also. And stamping, this is quite different because we cannot see knife. We always associate cutting with knife, and actually there is a big knife to cutting metal, and we call it stamping. Okay, the mechanism they use is shear kind of approach, same like nail clipper. They don't have like sharp pointy knife to cut or trim your hair, but the function is still there. So people buy function because function is the most important part instead of the product. But for consumer, they will say that they buy product. This is the two perspective between customer and manufacturer. Okay, so we need to change our mindset first. So understand function and functionality is the most basic level of trees. Solution change, but function stay the same. Knowledge clarification by function allow ready access to other kind of solution. Because of function only, we can create so many products according to its content. Okay, that is the most powerful thing about function. And then this is the simple cartoon, which is he tried to find something that help him to solve the problem. Go to the electronic market and then try to find the best tool. There is like double-headed drill impact, which is so powerful and what's not, but it's too heavy. And then they have like multi-angle joystick like PS3 kind of ni. So many buttons and levers that so many function they can do it. And actually the function that this penguin try to find is to what? To make a hole. That's all. Okay. Just to make a simple hole that for him to put up a picture. Okay. So sometimes when you go to the shop, okay, if you look into the function, it's easy to buy things. But if you go by brand, if you go by whatever display in the box, very difficult time to make decision. Okay, like for example, detergent. There's so many brand, and then there's a liquid, there's a powder, and there's a what do you call whatever it is. And then even one brand have like super white color, color detergent, um, what do you call perfume kind of detergent, antibacterial detergent, blah blah blah, and you got stuck. So what what kind of what kind of detergent I should buy? Okay, and you will invest time just to choose what is the best. Okay, for people who love smell, they will choose the perfume. To choose white, it could be like a school, what do you call uniform, something like that. But once you use it, bring it home, actually all the clothes are not so white, just your kids' clothes like that. It could be because we have done a study when we use trees. Actually, we try to design waterless washing machine. Waterless. You don't need water uh, to make your